It's time. My battery's charging because she's been sitting for a while. It's time to e-tune the Subaru STI. All right, guys, the day has finally come. I get a professional e-tune, not the Cobb ones that are now no longer available because they're too awesome. No, I get a professional tune from someone on the interwebs. I've done a lot of emailing. Either people are not getting back to me, people are asking for an absurd amount of money, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 for a tune. No. However, I did find a guy, he does it for a living, he specializes in Subarus, I don't even know where he's at. Anyway, I will link him down below. I'll also plop him up there. Check him out just because thank you for doing what you do at a reasonable price that's not over $1,000. It's insane. It's stupid. Anyway, he's going to help me out. I already sent him all my mods. That was the first thing. Emailed over to him and like, hey, this is all the stuff I've done to the Subaru. This is my Subaru. Make magic. So he made the magic happen. He sent it over to me. And let's get into grabbing the access port, getting it hooked up to my computer, and starting the journey. All right, so the first thing I need is my access port, which is buried in here somewhere. It's in its fancy case. Oh, there it is. Okay, now I need the wire of charging. No, crap. All right, now we have to go into the box of goodies. It's one of these wires in here. Oh, I've got a lot of those. Yeah, half of these are that one, but I don't know which ones carry data and which ones are for charging and oh god. All right, I found your buddy. This tiny one from Beats. This one has this one's fast. This one's the whatever version where it does data and charging. So it's exactly what I need. So plug it in on the side and straight into the computer. All right, making sure it's the right side up and... Damn it, Mac. It's alive. And then you just have to have the access port manager, so we'll pull that up. I've already got my .ptm tune file. And I'm pretty sure this is gonna say I need to update it, which I do, but I don't want to because Cobb has changed so much stuff that they lock you out of stuff, which a lot of my maps are the new locked out ones, so we're not updating it today. See, it's trying to get me to update. No. I don't even know where my no. You bitch. It's forcing me to do it. Well, I still do have my old map here, the VF39. That's the one that I currently have, that is since been deleted, is no longer available, losers. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do to make things easier is go into data logs and get rid of all of the data logs that I have for whatever reasons why I have them, because I don't remember. So I'm gonna delete all these. All right, now time to add to my map. So I'm gonna grab up here my new initial tune, drag it, drop it. Yes, I would like to copy it. Shboink, there we go. I've got the new one on here. This is the very first one, so my tuner told me to just idle the car and just do a casual cruise, nothing special. And then I need to data log. So as I'm in the Cobb access port, I just start data logging just the regular defaults that are in there. Once that's done, I'm gonna jump back on here. I'm gonna go back into where those data logs were, and I'll grab it, drag it, and drop it out on my desktop and send it back to him. A little bit back and forth so he can start fine-tuning it. And then the Subaru will be faster than it's ever been before. And hopefully not break. All right, so we skedaddle back here in the old Forester. Hook this bad boy up. I don't have the car on or anything because I need to make sure I am on the right setting. So I'm gonna go into gauges. I need to put my car in the on position. All right, now that I am in the on position, I actually get my little gauge cluster here. And you can see my battery is poopy. Anyway, that's not what we're here for. We need to make sure all the gauges are logging the right things. So I'm going to go down, 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 no, up. Oh, there it is. Okay, so the setup thing, configure data logging, and then I'm going to go in here and I'm going to select all the stuff that he wants me to select. He said the defaults, I don't have defaults, so I'm just going to go through in here, select some stuff that is normally on there. All right, and once each one of those are selected, whichever ones your tuner wants you to do, we go ahead and get out of here. And, well, you can also reset to default, so you don't really have to select all the fun stuff. Just reset to default. Cool. Now it's just going to be on all of the default ones, which are apparently fine. Now that I have all of those, I need to upload the map onto the car. So I need to swap over to Tune, and I need to change my map, but I also need to plug in the wire down there, which is, you know, always just the funnest thing in the world. So we're going to change our map. Let's see what we got. Yes, we're going to do a reflash, and we're going to do Mr. Mikey Tune Bass, our first. We're going to hit that one, and then follow the instructions that are so much fun. Yep, my car is actually on a charger. It's not that good, and apparently it knows.
3 hours later.
Please connect the green test wires. Yay. And as you guys know, the green test wires are underneath the dash, so let me do some digging. Test wires in. Downloading begins. All done. Turn off and leave the ignition in the off position. Continue. And disconnect the green test mode. God, I hate going under here. Gotcha. Please turn to the on position. Here you go, buddy. It is in the on position. It's been successful! Now I gotta wait and... Oh, copyright! Anywho, yeah, now I gotta wait till morning, let this idle for a while, and take it for a leisurely drive until I get my results back, and then we update again. All right, next day, we need to let it idle, because that's what my tuner wants, so I'm gonna let it idle for 3 minutes. So before I start up the car, I have to make sure I go into my gauges, and then I need to start my data logging, turn it on. I can start data logging afterwards, but I'm just gonna get the whole picture. So we jump into here, turn to the on position. Now it's got all this stuff. And just to start data logging, just hit the OK. So the big round button, beep, has, what? Okay, reset everything to default. Let's try this again. Start data logging. Yay, cool. Now I gotta start the car. Oh. Oh God. It's like I have a cam. This is very strange. The whole car is jiggling and moving. Seriously feels like I have a cam. All right. Now, now I gotta do this for 3 minutes. Whee! All right, so I sent off my maps and I just got a response back. It looks like the Subaru was trying to push too much fuel out, so I got a new map in return. I'm about to go through the whole process again, get it installed. I've already got it on my access port. I'm gonna get it installed onto the car itself. We'll do an idle, we'll do a drive, and we'll send the results back. Hopefully it drives a little bit better this time. Man, it got dark really quick. Let's get the second startup. Pretty much the same. Very jiggly. All right, sitting inside after the third or fourth attempt. Thought it was a mass airflow issue. He decided to send me another map with it completely turned off. Just got into the car, tried to turn it on. It kept dying over and over. Wasn't able to really log any data for him. So this is going swimmingly. All right, so I just got back from work and immediately started digging into the car. And the first thing I did was take a look over. Something is wrong with the car. He said it could possibly be a air leak, so a vacuum leak or something. I checked all my hoses, make sure everything was plugged in, make sure I did plug back my mass airflow sensor, but we kind of canceled that out because when I pulled that out, the car stopped working, so definitely wasn't that. He said it could be that, or I forgot what else he said. Anyway, I looked around, I could not find anything wrong. I checked all my wires, I checked everything. There was nothing wrong. I put everything back the way it was. So then I thought to myself, there's nothing changing when he's changing the fuel, so it's probably my injectors. So I decided to pop off each one of my injectors while the car was running to see if it would bog down or really change any. Pop this one off, car died. Okay, pop back in, turn the car back on, it's running really rough. I pop off this one, nothing changes. Huh, that's weird. And the last one that I actually have easy access to, this one down here, popped off that one, again, nothing happened. So that one's a pain in the ass to get to, so I can't really just easily pop that one off while it's running. Probably burn myself. So as far as I can tell, I was running on 1 to 2 cylinders. That's why we were running really rough. I'm surprised it even started. So that was weird. Took the plug off, and now I can't figure out. Okay, so I'm running on 1 to 2 cylinders because when I take that off, nothing happens. So I got my voltmeter here, put it to ohms, and checked the first one, and I got resistance on the first one. So when the plug's actually on there, I put both of my leads on that, and I got some sort of resistance. Like, cool, that's good. I got like 2.3 or something. And then I went over to this one, and I got 0. 0's not good. 0 means, like, 0 means when this happens. So 2 of them are touching, and they're canceling each other out. It's really weird that that happens because when I turn the car on to prime it, each one of these primed. So I guess that's available. So I took off all my wiring because apparently I screwed up on the wiring to where these 2 guys were touching in some way. Then I figured out what it was. I was using this fancy silicone wrap. Yeah, that stuff is not electrically sound for that thing. It actually conducts electricity. So I'm going back through, making sure they're separated, and I'm getting some heat shrink, which I should have done beforehand, but I moved recently, so I didn't know where any of this crap was. I found it, put it where it should be, and now I'm going back through and doing it the proper way and taking these connectors off, sliding it down there, and doing it the right way. Yay. She's alive! Okay, it's been a little while. So I'm driving, obviously. I'm doing my cruise. I just did my idle. Yeah, my injectors were the issue. The entire time my car was running really rough and acting like poop. That was not because of really anything besides my crap install. So I messed up and chose the wrong thing, and the wires touched, so the injectors weren't working. I was basically running off 1, possibly 2 cylinders. And after that, I got all that fixed, and the engine would still not, it wouldn't turn over. It used to turn over and run like poop, then it wouldn't. So I took out all the injectors again, except for the problem child. There's no way I was doing that again. I took out 3 of the injectors, reseated them, make sure I put a bunch of oil and lubricant around those O-rings so they seated super easy. And that was probably it. That was what I read on the forums, that if you have issues with your car not starting, it could be one of those O-rings got pinched and it's letting too much fuel in. And I think that's what was my issue. And we're driving. So time to continue on after forever and a half. All right, welcome back. It's another day, and it's obviously very rainy. So I got everything sent in. It was awesome, and everything looked really good. Now, the next thing he wants is a pull from 3,000 to 5,000 RPM in second gear. so let's do that. That's fun. And of course, now it starts to lighten up and stop raining. You just want me to die, God, don't you? I'm doing it for you. All right, now time to send it off. All right, guys, it is yet another day. I am just driving around right now by the porta potties. This is where I like to go in my spare time. I like the smell of the blue juice. Anyway, I have gotten word back from my tuner. It says everything looks good. Next up is I am doing another pull in second gear, this time to red line. So this is gonna be fun. Fingers crossed, no explosions. All right, it's been a while. You can tell by my beard growth. It's been a while. Finally got another tune to replace the one that I got. Basically the same thing. There's really nothing new. I'm gonna install it, I'm gonna put it on, and then I'm gonna send some maps over to the tuner and he's gonna tune. Yeah, I know my beard's gone because it's been that long. It's grown and fallen off. So it has been even longer and I'm in my garage working on it now in the middle of trying to send my data logs to my tuner. When I was hitting about 5,000 RPM into a second gear pull, my access port decided to do this. So now yet another problem that I have to fix is why my access port is doing this. So I've got everything ripped apart. On my access port, everything is out. I removed my OBD2 port down there. I'm pretty sure I have narrowed it down. I've messed with the cord as much as possible. Nothing happens. But when I wiggle around the OBD2 port, something was wrong and it would cut in and out. So I figured out it wasn't this, it was actually the port itself. I contacted access port Cobb people. So Cobb said, hey, there's actually a common problem where the OBD2 port kind of has some issues, so take it out. And they said to put it up there and see if that works. So I kind of figured it out while I was doing that. When I was moving this stuff around, my access port would turn on and off. So something is wrong with one of the wires here. The OBD2 port is actually a lot more simple than I thought. As you can see, those are the only wires going to it. And I was messing around with it, and every time I move this black and red wire, my OBD2 port, or at least my access port, would turn off and back on again. So I'm guessing this is either a bad connection or maybe it's possibly broken on the inside of the wire. Maybe it's split or something. So just issue after issue after issue. All right, so it's been quite a long time working with the Subaru. So the last I left off was I was in the OBD2 port and I basically hardwired it directly to my access port, and I was still having issues where it would cut off when I was doing a high RPM pull. And obviously that's not gonna work when you're doing an E-tune. So recently I went to someone else's house. They had their own access port. I tried theirs, married it to mine, unmarried the old one, blah, blah, blah. Exact same thing happened. I let Cobb know. I sent it to Cobb. They said it was gonna be like $180 to fix it because they found a little bit of rust. They sent it back and I'm still getting the same issue. Cobb says it's my car and not the access port. So I'm done with Cobb. It's just how it is now, I guess. So I was able to get enough data to send it to my e-tuner. So he's pretty much completely done with the car now. The only thing he needs is one more just to tweak it a last little bit. but I'm not able to get that just due to me not being able to data log unless I take it to an actual dyno shop. So the Subaru is officially done being e-tuned. It is much better than it was before. It doesn't sound a whole lot different. There's nothing really different with it. It's just faster now. All right, well, that is pretty much one of the last things I was gonna do with the Subaru. It wasn't as eventful as I thought it was gonna be, and it took way too long just to get to the point where I am now, where it's probably 99% done. I can't really go any further because nothing can be logged on it. So I'm done with the Subaru. I just want to do probably 2 more things to it. I want to get some solar tint, which is not much of a video for you guys. I'm gonna take it to a shop. They're gonna do some solar tinting around just so it's not so hot, because it's summertime in North Carolina right now and it's just deadly. And the last one is the back. So you know the video that I did where I put a subwoofer in the back panel here instead of the little 6x9 that it had. Everything is perfect with that. Just the one thing is on the inside, that grill that used to be there. I want this to look completely stock. I just want to get someone that knows how to make one of those grills, I guess, and put it over the top so it looks stock. That's the only thing that I need to do. I might make a video on that one, but I've also been looking for the past year maybe to try to get a new project car, but with prices right now with used cars, it's been impossible. So if you know anything in North Carolina, let me know. V8s, let's try that this time.